Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. What are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? Hope you're all having a very good weekend. I am so far really enjoying Shadowbringers. I'm trying to figure out which one. All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna reset our progress. Accept. We're gonna go to floor 21. Less than 5 minutes. Oh, never mind. Already got it. Now, Palace of the Dead and Heaven on High are really good places to level. Alright, I'm gonna eat my food. I gotta go get more food today, too. 2 dancers, 2 gunbreakers. Seems to be the theme. Well, we're not gonna be able to avoid it. Person already died. Got silenced. Alright. 1 second. Says he's gonna MT. So I'll just drop my stance. Oh my god. All stepped on the booby. Don't pull yet. Don't pull yet. Oh shit. All we got is auto attacks. Why are we getting separated? Oh, it's over there as well. I'm like, I'm following the tank. Dancers are so hitting hard, man. Don't hit it, don't hit it. Oh my. There it is. People go for chests. It's usually best to let one go do it by himself just in case there's a trap. Oh shoot. You gonna get it? Can't even get a full combo off with these guys. Dancers are on it. got to throw that in my rotation once I unlock it. Got it. Get the back one. I don't have it. This is why you follow the tanks. I think we only got 2 more floors. Last boss. Oh snap, wrong one. Okay. Almost 200,000. Okay. I gotta reset again. No. Yes. 421. That's how you grind. We grind it. Nope. Sorry, they're procking left and right. All these gun breakers, I'm definitely not going in stance. Bastard. You know what? I bet you I could sequence those together. These two, Savage, with the follow-up. Because they don't proc unless they're together. I can't tell, man. We got people everywhere. I don't think it's gonna pull, isn't it? Jackson, what's up, dude? Chrissy, my bard level 58 now. Awesome, dude. I ended up switching servers. You knew about that, right, Jackson? I got tired of not playing with anybody, and one of my other viewers sponsored a server transfer. So, because their guild picked me up. So I was like, you know, I gotta get ready for raid, man. How you liking the bard changes? Are they noticeable? I didn't know like how the bard was actually playing now. Let me get... Yeah, you knew about it. How's the bard playing now? There's a lot of changes, the bard. Congratulations on 58, brother. I got into some of the story yesterday. I couldn't hold out. I just needed to at least get in there. And I played the story for an hour. I'll do like shows, like, because there's a couple people who don't play the game who might be interested in, like, you know, what's the story about. But I can't believe I am like, dude, I am completely like, right there. There we go. I have limiting abilities because of some... Someone get that chest? Oh, it's a trap. Oh, there's a chest right here. Oh, we already got a phoenix down. Forgot the name. And other one ability, remove finisher. My bard's not unlocked. I'm still an archer. I did know that they also rearranged some of your medleys, didn't they, or how they function? I don't know. I didn't like. I wanted to get bard up there, but I pushed everything else. Like I got all my healers, I got all my tanks, except the new one here, and I was like, okay, well. I want to unlock Bard and Monk. I still have to work on Monk too. guess we're going back this way. Oh, it's because we got the floor finished. And another. Yeah, I need to look into Bard. I want to play Bard. I want to get it in. Everybody's on Dancing Fever right now. And I hope... the only thing I'm scared of is, like, I don't want Dancer to be the new Bard as far as, like support. I want Bard and Dancer definitely to be able to share the limelight, you know? But I haven't played either, so... If I die to a bomb, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I was like, I want to raid. I want to do like a bunch of like end game stuff when this expansion comes out. Like Hop got a hold of me in chat yesterday, and I was like, I can't, unfortunately, I can't keep holding back for anybody at this point. Oh, shit. Give me this. I'm not picking up one chest. I'm dotted the hell up. Oh shit, Mom. I'm dead. I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dead. I'm not. Yeah, I'm so dotted. Thank you. Chrissy, I'm playing SWTOR right now. I like, there's a bunch of nice little, like the puzzles I like in SWTOR. I like, you know, the options, you know, so that's another thing I liked about SWTOR. I wish it would have been like, more and more, I honestly, like coming from SWG, that's, like if you never played SWG, SWTOR was a good game for an online game. It is. It really is, actually. But once you play like a game like SWG, you're forever like ruined. You're forever ruined. There's no going back from that. Like at all. You're screwed. But SWTOR is really good when it comes to like, you know, having like a unique path, I guess you'd say. Like, it's not traditional linear aspects to SWTOR. SOTOR, you actually get, like, how you respond to one thing is how an NPC will acknowledge you. I'm going to macro that. Also, I will have to say that SOTOR's PvP is really good. I like their battleground setup. It was really good. Yeah, honestly, you know, there's hardly any good Battleground games now, and I'd have to say the two games that still do Battlegrounds, well, ESO Battlegrounds are okay. They're just, you know, there's no very long-term incentive to keep fighting in BGs other than enjoy the playstyle, and I do. I think out of all the games that still have really good battlegrounds, I would have to say, unfortunately, World of Warcraft. But a good positive is Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. They have really good battlegrounds. So, and battlegrounds to me is like something I still enjoy to this day. You know, I really, really do like BGs a lot. And Star Wars did a really good take on their BG system. Like, if you're going to PvP in Star Wars, you're going to get a good experience. You know, is it balanced? Hardly any class game is. But the way the objectives work, it's really good. Oh, dude. Sweet. I got a friggin' nice Chocobo barding item. That's cool. Yeah, I would have to say, like, if you want to if you're looking for PvP games, they're so far few in between. Like, this game is not good for PvP in its current state. It's just not. It's here, but it's just not a good PvP experience. SOTOR has really good PvP experience. Elder Scrolls has good PvP experience. It just glitches and bugs up. World of Warcraft, it's good battlegrounds. I feel like the combat's changed so much in World of Warcraft, though. Like, it's not the objective, it's not the battleground, but it's the class identity, right? That's kind of been the problem with World of Warcraft PvP. Because back in the day and I think Classic's hoping to, like, rekindle that, but like I told somebody, I'm like, I wouldn't want to go back through what I went through when I was younger to get where I was in PvP. In PvP, it was literally grind. You had to pay your dues to earn your way. And when literally you make your build, and then you acquire your gear. Until you acquire your gear, no matter how good your build is, you're going to suck. Same thing in arenas. But then all of a sudden you get your gear, and if you get the top gear that there is, nobody wants to fuck with you. Because you're basically like a god in certain essence. You're going to mow people over. Now, back in the day, World of Warcraft had Grand Marshals and I want to, and I forget what the other ones are. Warlords and Grand Marshals. I want to say it's Warlords. But only one per week would get crowned. So there's only 52 a year per server. And it's like, that was a pain to get. I got 2 in one season, and it was a pain. But, you know, you prep for those moments, man. And it's something when you're based on gear. You know, I think there are certain elements that you want to make unique aspects to a playstyle. You don't want to, make everything, obviously the same. But at the same time, you want to basically make a game where it's still competitive regardless. Like, you want people to have a fighting chance. And I think this is where games like Fortnite exceed. Games like Fortnite exceed. Why? Because they give everybody the opportunity to pick up the same loot, acquire the same weapons. Everybody starts out going in with nothing. And that's why those games appeal to people, right? There's not a lot of time that has to be invested just to jump into a PvP game. You just jump in, but other MMOs, it's a time-consuming process to get to the spot where you want to be, right? Nothing's easy in an MMO, especially PvP. I like this new setup. I mean, think about it. You guys have been, playing games for just as long as I have. Think about like the first person. And Jackson, you play first person shooters. I know you do. I mean, what is the difference in the PvP? I think there's a significant amount. I think there's relevance to that, right? I think there's a relevance that has to be, understood, what it takes in each game to get to the point where you can enjoy the content. Now, Final Fantasy XIV, I will give them the credit to say, oh, okay, we're not gear-based, it's job-based. Okay, I really like that. They keep PvE and PvP separate. I enjoy all that, but it's the way the game is designed that is also problematic, because it takes, a fun out of it. It's just like, there's the healer, kill him. Focus, focus, focus. Here comes the Zergs, pinch them. Focus, focus, focus. And I think we all get that way to a point with every game. But like when you're looking at first-person shooters, even if you get a map you're familiar with, you don't know where everybody's spawning in at times. I like random, like when I played first-person shooters, which I suck, I literally like the ones where you had random spawn points, like in Halo, because you couldn't pin anything down. You couldn't, limit a person to say, oh, well, they're rezzing here, so I'm just going to farm their spawn point. You can't do that in certain games. And Battlegrounds, it's the way the maps are designed. It's designed with objective. You can't necessarily not have those points. Now, some are better than others because the way they position the spawn areas. Like if you have an open spawn, some people like that. Some people think that's a good tactic if you can overrun the spawn point. It's not a bad idea, but it takes the fun out of it. I'll say that much. Okay, we're going to get to the next level. Almost 64. I should hit 70. I'm hoping to hit 70 by tomorrow. So I'm going to be focused on this today and tomorrow. I'm going to be still kind of getting in MSQ. I'm also going to be working on the other macros and Then I'm going to do comparisons with tanks. There's a lot of things on my plate. Are they going back? Oh shit. Remind me to keep away from this dude. If he doesn't. Like, fuck that. I don't need to get blown up. What class are you, by the way, Chrissy, in Star Wars? I was an Inquisitor. I wanted to get into the other stuff, but... God dang it. We all got blasted. Scoundrel at the moment. I'm loving a Commando as well. That's the class I was kind of interested in checking out, was Commando. That's the tank, if I'm not mistaken, right? Kind of like the tanky role. Well, actually, the way it is, like, that's one thing I also really liked about Star Wars was how the paths work, your progression paths. Like, I really enjoyed that, especially when it came to, like, healing and, like, you know, the combat medics and stuff. Like I said, I just didn't like the restrictions of the world visiting the planets. I wanted it to be just like SWG, where if I go to a planet, you know, I could take a shuttle and go over here to the city and experience. That's what I wanted, more than anything. I would have actually loved the entire content. I loved the voice acting. I liked everything else had it not been so restricted. Was my only complaint about that game. Vanguard is the tank. Got you. Got you. Now, does Commando use heavy armor? Because that's what I wanted to get into, tanking. For sure. With that game. Because tanks definitely were like really hard to come by. Where is everybody? We got a dude down there. Look at the little Lalafell. The DK is probably like, screw all of you guys. Mark, what's up, dude? I'm doing the heavens on high. So I started a little bit yesterday of my MSQ so I could unlock it. I also checked out the healers. Dude, I had to write so many macros. I had to adjust so many macros. I'm like, just in 3 jobs, how much work I had to do with macroing. Oh my God. I'm thinking to myself, at least it's done. At least it's done. Except I'm actually going to macro this setup here. There's something I'm going to do here. I knew that was going to happen. Oh my God! Can you guys not blow us up? Are you serious? Open. They're about. Oh my God. Oh, she's definitely into the chest. She's like, I'm just getting the chest. Makes sense. It does. It is a boost. They get boost stats. I'm working on hitting level 72 today. Dude, you were on it. You were beast. I don't know how you kept going just with one direction. Like, I had to take breaks. Like, I'll hit it. I'll hit like a level or two, take a couple minute break, check something out. But man, you are old school hardcore, man. Like, I haven't like seen like that type of like grinding forever. I give it up. I tip my hat, brother. I definitely tip my hat out. You were on it. I did like our runs, though. Out of all the people I ran with, I felt like we definitely had more of a, you know, cohesiveness to our pattern of how we entered the rooms and everything. How you liking the dancer, by the way? Make sure you have a hat. Like, what type of hat? Not that hat. What happened, man? That was a weird delay. Loving Dancer. The damage once you hit level 71. Dude, how... Here's... Now, you played Bard. And I was just talking to Jackson. And I'm a little worried, but you tell me, man. What... Is there a huge difference since this update between dancing and the Dancer and Bard? I mean, can you see that... Is Bard still going to be a viable, you know what I'm saying, role in moving forward? Because the Dancer looks so good, it's hitting so many things that I'm a little concerned. What the hell, man? Yes, Bard is viable. Dancer is burst and Bard is sustained. Like, that's the thing. Now, what's like when you start with your rotation? I haven't played Dancer yet, but it definitely looks like the setup, like you have a lot of prepping to do before you get into your rotation. Like there seem to be like at least two steps to do to set up the rotation, you know, or is it easier than that? Now I'm just noticing from what they've showed us, but Jesus, they're just slaughtering it all. They're like, we're just going to come down here and kill everything. We're gods right now. Don't feel like getting a trap. Horde! Horde! Hell yeah, boys. I just got a barding outfit for my Chocobo last run. That thing just nerfed my food buff. Yeah. Like, I felt like every time I see the dancers, they're speedy, man. They are definitely speedy. That should be a level for me. Yep. Yeah, it's a bit of a wait to set up to the steps, but it's made for support, so you don't do so many dance moves when you are solo. So it's okay. Got you. I was wondering because I'm like looking at the like how they set up the rotation. It looks like there's like 2 or 3 steps that need to be taken in prior to getting the rotation down. But then once the rotation, it's just about like like weaving all the the support abilities inside the rotation. So to me, I felt like when I'm taking a look at the dancer from anybody playing it, I'm like, it hits so hard, and it has all of these nice like support abilities, but it's literally the setup. Like every time it hits that encounter, it's got to take those measures. Where Bard, it's just like start damaging. And then, like, how much have you played Bard since the launch? Have you checked your Bard out? Because that was another thing. Like, does it still have support abilities? I mean, I know it's not what it was, but quick arm material. Battle dance. Okay. Now I'm gonna set this into the macro. I don't want. Okay, 1 second. You have to know when to set up, and yes, Bard still has support. Yeah, I will say that though. I think that's where I was hoping, and I was hoping that you would say, because you have firsthand experience, and that's what I was hoping to hear, because the way the two enter, yes, they're both range DPS, and I think a lot of people would say that, they're both range DPS. Yes, they're both range DPS, absolutely. But the thing about it is, they're also quite different. The way they set up their rotation and their cooldown abilities, how they react. Reduces magic damage taken by self and nearby party members. And Bowshock, that's an AoE. So that's going on my AoE for sure. Now I think that has a cooldown. Yes, it does. So we want to take gun wide. And right before here, we're going to put down Bowshock. All right. And now we've got to figure out what the Heart of Light, how we want to utilize this. I'm thinking about taking this one out. And we can definitely put a Heart of Light in here. Under... What's the refresh rate? 90 seconds. And this one, 3... Want to keep that separate. Okay, arm's length should stay there. So let's just do it this way for now. I'll decide if I'm going to maintain it. All right. Now, um, ammo combo. Actually, let's do the third one. Flashback. See, that's one thing I don't like. How you can't use the icon. Mm-hmm. Gonna have to use another icon. It's fine. Okay. Up. And then blast back. Alright. Now, if this works out the way it's supposed to, and it should. Ooh. Wait a minute. I screwed that up, didn't I? Sonic. Camouflage. Okay, there's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. That's my dot blast. Oh, right there's my blow it all. Ugh. Yep. So Savage Claw just needs to go in this one. Right. Yep. Wicked Talon and Savage Claw. So I didn't need to make a new one. I shouldn't have to. So all I have to do is remove Savage Claw, drop this down into this spot. We got Bow Shotgun, we got this, we got our Camouflage in our first one, I want to say. Right. Ammo. Fully defense. Alright. Looks good. Be unlocking other abilities soon anyways. So let's just put that there for now. You need to hurry up so we can run more out here. Oh, okay. I want to see the dancer macros. That is going to be something. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I'll definitely be getting on that. I should be getting on it. Are you guys here? If you guys are here, you can throw me an invite. I was just trying to, finish that up. I'm OCD with the macros, man. I am so OCD with my macros, my setup, my rotations. God, I am so OCD. Like, if it doesn't even sequence right, if I can't control it, if like my buffs, like if I'm not AoEing, I hit that one time, I know I'm getting that buff. If I want to stack the effect, hit it second. Now I know I got the stack effect. You can see it up in the left-hand corner of my screen. I know that when I not have a target and I hit my hotkey, my Aurora's coming up. Like, I know, like, I am OCD when it comes to a rotation. And I had to be, though. I mean, it was like, it didn't help that I was doing it with programs I shouldn't have been messing with when I was younger. But at the same time, it was like, I was like, something about sequencing was like, well, everything, like how, like, I remember the old, like, if you, as old as I am, we took computer class and when we were younger. Actually, I've been exposed to a computer since I was probably around 7, 8 years old. Was the old computers. So we had lab when I was really young. And like sequencing was just something that I wasn't really good at certain things. Like I remember like English was kind of like I would always struggle trying to grasp certain parts of like English and certain things. But when it came to pattern or sequencing or resolving something or how things laid out and how they progressed, and I don't know. It was just something I grasped to, I guess. You're doing MSQ right now? Ah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm going to hit this up again. But yeah, it was just something I definitely... Actually, let me go test this really quick. Let's make sure. I should go test this. And let me bar it so at least we know it'll go off. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to drop this down here for now. And then we're going to get our Savage Claw and we're going to put it in here. It should follow order. So we should be good. But yeah, there's so many things, man. I just like that was, and when I went to like MMOs and then I was allowed to use macros, I really, because I still remember back in like grade school, like when we were doing C+ was like sequencing, our code, how we wrote code. Like my daughter, I told both of my kids. My oldest didn't take it, but I literally told both of my kids, man, make sure you're taking some sort of scripting class when it comes to coding. I don't care what language you're learning. I prefer you learn as many languages as possible, but yep. Yep, we got it. Something went wrong. Hit a lag spike. Yep, it works. Cool. So this would work because it doesn't share. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to pick that one up. That it doesn't share the same, like once, like the way it reads, let me show you guys something. It reads like it shares the same global cooldown, right? But once you proc a cartilage, it can't go back and reapply what's already being implemented into the sequence, or how they sequence the combo structure. Unlike the traditional combo, or what we call string combo, the secondary cartilage combos don't burn, like they won't burn like the prior ability. So if I was to go ahead and I could reset my combo structure by hitting my opener, right? Again, right? That I could lose it. I can always lose that combo. And let me explain this. Okay. So as soon as this procs, I get a 3. But if I hit that 3 again, I'm going to lose that 4. You see what I'm saying? So I messed up on my rotation. I didn't combo up right. But then if I do that, then I get my combo. All of a sudden the cartilage hits. Now, what's nice about this is if I follow up, see, I can't use the ability. I'm already strung in. It's not going to reset like it would on the prior string. Once you're set into the cartilage combo, you won't lose that combination because you can come off the global cooldown. You can string it in that combo with the secondary, so you can maintain the stacks or your buffs. So you can weave in a secondary combo. So I think that's what's going to be really kind of interesting. The way they did that is pretty damn cool. Yeah, it's going to work out good. Yeah, it's good. We're golden. It looks really good. And it's going to leave me open for a lot of different, setups when we get, especially when I get the Heart of Stone. I can put a secondary reductions setup. I like this continuation as well. Because we can totally, like, once you get to this point, you can string the secondary combo, or the secondary combo, a lot more frequently. Because everything about your cartilage rounds, it's kind of weird because it makes me feel like they took a part of, like, what mechanic they had implemented initially for Machinist, removed it for Machinist because it was too clunky, and said, okay, well, remember the ammo rounds that we had for Machinist and how it was kind of like, having a problem with weaving in and out the abilities to the rotation? Yeah, it's a little clunky. Why? Well, why don't we do this? Redo the turret system, clean up the rotation, take the ammo system we originally had for the Machinist, and implement a similar setup towards the Gunbreaker. Because you got to think, it's an ammo, it's cartilage. And I think it works. What they did was pretty stellar. It really does work. It has that feel to it, at least for me. It really does. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing MSQ probably with Summoner, because, well, either that or I'm thinking about, like, sweeping aside and, like, getting my Machinist. But I should work on Dancer, but the problem of it is I got to get Dancer to 70. But like, when I queue up for Healer, I was hoping to do this, like work a tank and my Summoner and my Scholar, so I could do like all three. But I still have to macro my tanks. I still have so much work to do. I have to macro tanks. I got to macro the rest of my DPS. I feel like hopefully Samurai. I skimmed over Sam, but Samurai definitely is probably going to need the least amount of works. But Summoner completely needed rehaul, and I'll post the Scholar and the Summoner configurations today, so I'll have those posted later this evening. And also once I get Gunblade and the tanks out of the way, I'll be posting those configurations as well. I'm going to take a small break. I'll be back a little later. I want to thank you guys so much. Once again, Mark, Chrissy, Jackson, thank y'all, everybody, for stopping in. And I encourage everybody, like I said, if you haven't tried this game, try it out. It's for free. You can try it for free. But I will give you a forewarning. The combat doesn't start getting good until you're probably in the 45, 50s. Because since it's turn-based, you don't have accessibility to a lot of your kit. You're leveling and you're becoming more powerful. And because you don't have accessibility to every element of your kit, it definitely makes the combat feel a lot slower the lower levels you are. But as you progress, you're going to get accessibility to more of your kit's abilities, and you're going to understand why the global cooldown system is as long as it is, because you're weaving, typically you weave abilities between the global cooldown. Now I can weave abilities between, okay, so I write macros and I'm using syncing. So I sync abilities off the global cooldown, and then I can weave other abilities off the global cooldown. And what I mean by syncing is, like, I don't have to weave. The macro weaves it in for me. It's just synchronized. It sets to the rotation. It's a set and forget. I don't have to mess with it. If it's up, it's applied. If it's not, it doesn't. Certain abilities you can sequence in that manner, and it works out great. Other ones you want more control, and so you can have the ability to weave in and out those skills at your disposal, because there are burn phases. There are phases in which you don't want to apply something when it becomes pointless to apply that buff or debuffer during an in-between phase. And that's when you really want more manual weaving capabilities, but you can write the macros to have a lot more control based on those scenarios. So, yeah, anyways, sorry. I'm going to let you guys go. Once again, I want to thank everybody. Thank you all. I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mystics MMOs. As always, thank you. Have a nice day.